Oh, hi everybody. I would like to welcome all of you to the TiE Women Kerala's Masterclass series number 3. Today we have with us an esteemed guest and speaker, Zubin Kabeer. He is the founder and managing partner of ARTEM, Art of Consulting. He's an investor with the Kerala Angel Network. He's basically a business strategist with extensive experience in innovation, AI adoption, and growth strategy. He works closely with startups and business leaders to build customer-centric products and translate ideas into scalable businesses. In this specific TiE Women Kerala Masterclass, which is on product market fit using AI, very relevant and very apt topic. Zubin sir will share practical frameworks for validating ideas, understanding customer needs, and leveraging AI to build products that solve real market problems. I welcome all of you to this session and really welcome Zubin Kabeer sir to take over the session.
Thank you. Appreciate the introduction. I'll just add a few more of what I have a background in. So I graduated out of IIM Kozhikode around 16 years back. And I was a strategy consultant for Tata Consultancy Services. I was heading marketing promotions for Reliance Retail. At that point in time, we had around 600 stores. And it is after that I began my consulting and investment journey. Currently, I'm also a visiting professor in Cochin University. I teach branding and strategic marketing. So hopefully I could.
Cool, that adds to the profile, yeah, and makes it more relevant. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you so much for adding those notes.
There is one more thing which I added into my bucket. I started a AI advisory firm around 3 months back. It's called Humanity AI.
Oh,
So
okay.
we basically do AI transformation projects for large conglomerates. Eastern Group is one among them.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So we
Good.
are in advanced talks with Aster also. So
Great, great, great. Today we were reading about AI in tour and tour managing and all that from VK Matthew, sir. So I think everybody is getting into
it's huge. Yeah, it's extremely huge. If we don't use AI, in a year and a half, we are basically redundant because I don't want to go too much into AI because I can talk about it for years. But safe to
Probably
say
you can
that
start the session then.
yes, yeah. Safe to say that AI has empowered or is going to empower a lot of SMEs because what was not accessible before because of the cost, because of the expertise, is now going to be accessible to almost everyone. Just before I start, I'd just like to know from the participants exactly what is the profile, what kind of businesses are you guys in? Just either chat or on voice, if you can just give me an idea of who I'm talking to, it would be nice.
Hi, so I'm Sumita and I'm working on functional beverages.
Functional beverages. Okay, nice.
Let's
Anybody else?
myself,
Hi,
Jasmine.
good.
Yes, please.
Jasmine, please continue.
Thank you, dear. Okay, so we are basically from a biotechnology background, working on microalgal science for the restoration of ponds, lakes, etc., as well as wastewater treatment, industrial wastewater treatment, and carbon management.
Okay, B2B.
Thanks.
Your customer is businesses, right?
Yes. Also B2C, B2G, sir, because something.
B2G, yes.
Many times it says lake and pond restorations, canal integration, etc.
Sure.
Good evening, sir. I'm from CDS Technologies Private Limited. We are a construction tech startup, and we do ready-made foundations actually,
Okay.
which
Oh,
can be pinned to
okay. Okay.
sustain.
That's
It's a
nice.
sustainable solution.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a very innovative solution also. Anybody else, or shall I start?
Hello, good
Yes.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Kishan
Hi,
this
Kishan.
side. So basically, we are building a B2B SaaS platform
Uh-huh.
for the Indian MSMEs to enter the global market for the export and import.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Hi, sir. I'm
Yeah, good
Gauri.
evening. My name is Sophia.
My background is in economics, and I've worked in strategy consulting with BCG for the past 2 years, and now I'm setting up an engineering consulting services that'll be based out of Kochi because I'm moving back to India.
So, what brings you here?
Well, I grew up in Kochi. I grew up in Kochi. I've been in the UK for the past 6 years, so I'm moving back.
Great.
Hello, all. I am Diana George
Yeah, good evening.
from Tesnex, and my company is with the Tesla Technology Ventures Private Limited, so which is also an EdTech and IT background company, which is
Okay.
also having B2C and B2B products.
Okay. Nice. Anyone else? Or
Hello.
shall I? Yes.
Yeah, I am Sophia. I'm Sophia from Millet Factory and Farms India Private Limited. I'm staying in Coimbatore. My factory is in Attapadi, mainly concentrating in functional nutritional drink. This is a patented one, same like Horlicks from millets. It means only
Oh,
millet, one millet and organic jaggery or organic sugar or monk fruit for diet and diabetes. This is another product meal program. For just like noodles, you can make 14 days with the chutney powder. Within 10 minutes, you can make the meals. Normally, raw idli dosha, jowar idli dosha. The main things కష్టపడి ఇష్టపడి the thing is still recognize I am eating millet. Maybe
okay.
we are
That's
considering B2B and B2C. Okay, thank you.
okay. This is going to be fun because one of my examples is millet. So the whole exercise is going to be in millet snacks.
Hi, my name is Catherine.
Okay, sir.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so me and my sister is also there in this call. Our company is a family-owned business started by our grandfather. We are the manufacturers of hydrocolloids. Basically, our main product is agar-agar. It's a vegetarian substitute for gelatin. So that is our flagship product, and over the years we started manufacturing many other hydrocolloids. We are a B2B company, but during COVID we got into the B2C and Horeca sector as well.
Nice. So I think I can start. I'm just sharing my screen. Is this visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. Great. So I'll be talking about something called, I'll be talking about something called product market fit. What exactly it is, I will slightly brief you through it. So the first, yes. Why did you all decide to start a business? There are multiple reasons. Sorry. So everyone teaches that it should solve a customer problem. That is why you start a business. But in reality, many people have different reasons. Some of them is related to friends and family. Some of them is that they thought there is an opportunity, so I decide to do it. The third is I have access to something which is a raw material and I want to do some value adds. So it's not always that we say that I will run a business or I'll start a business because I found a problem. A lot of times we just try to make a good product because we can solve a problem or opportunity. But that is kind of a mistake. Why do good products fail? I'll start off with the first product. There's a product called Nano, Tata Nano. Anybody can tell me why it failed? It was a very good product. Anyone?
Mainly, they are marketing like it's a for big people they can use a nano car.
Sophia, your internet, I think,
Priceless.
is a problem because I can't hear.
They were
One of-
marketing the product as cheap, like affordable.
Correct. So it was a good product, but they did the wrong marketing, correct? So it was positioned as the world's cheapest car, but for Indian families, car is a status symbol, a pride, correct? So a very perfectly good product failed because it was marketed wrong. Let's go for the second one. Anybody heard of Google Glass? It's a very, very innovative product. It failed. Any idea of what Google Glass is? Anybody? Nobody? Okay. So Google Glass is going to make a comeback for sure because it's basically it put up a glass and you could control your phone, you could take photos, you could do a lot of activities, including the speakers were on the side of your glasses. So it was absolutely great, except it had privacy issues. It looked odd because when you come with a camera on your face, it may not be suitable. So again, a perfectly good glass failed. Now the third one, have anybody heard of New Coke? This was released long back. Anybody heard about the story of New Coke? Anyone? Okay. So what happened was back in the 1980s, Pepsi wanted to challenge Coca-Cola. And Pepsi did what was called a blind test. So they started putting Pepsi and Coke and asked customers to taste which is better. So they hid the brand, they gave Coke and Pepsi, and it was clearly that Pepsi was a winner. So people like Pepsi's taste better than Coke. So what did Coke do? Coke decided, I will change my formulation, make it more tastier than Pepsi. And that is when they created a new Coke and did a blind test. The blind test was heavily successful and the new Coke was tastier than Pepsi. So what happened? It completely bombed. Why? The company measured taste, but underestimated memory, nostalgia, identity, and habit. People never really brought Coke because they liked the taste. They had an affinity towards the taste for some reason. And that is why they used to buy Coke. They also used to buy Coke because they identified with what Coca-Cola stood for. It was never the taste. So what we can say is that a superior product doesn't always win. So regardless of how good your product is, it is important that your product also fits into the other aspects of what a customer wants. So a good product is not equal to a good market fit. Why did it fail? Almost all these products were good products or better than their competitors, but each failed either on emotion, social, or habit fit. So we can look at how to design a product based on it answering 5 customer questions. First question, do I really need this? Is it a problem that is important enough for me to want that product? Second, how does this make me feel? Does it make me feel better? Does it match aspiration, dignity, pride, comfort? Many emotional values are associated with a product. Habit fit. Can this fit into how I already work or live? Trust. Can I believe the product? Can I believe the company who's selling it? Value fit. Is it worth paying for? So almost everybody here would already know that these are the questions. But a lot of times as business, we don't really look at this as a whole and is able to answer all 5 questions in your business. I would appreciate if in the chat, if people can say out of the 5 fits, how many of you have considered all 5 fits when designing your product? Can you just put it on chat? There's 1. Nobody else? Need for value fit. Yes. Nobody else? Okay. I need value. Okay, nice. Yes. A lot of people focus on need and value. It's very difficult to even measure the other sides. A lot of bigger brands, what they do is they do a lot of market research to validate it, something which is not very accessible to an SME. So let's move. Okay, there was one more. Need, value, trust. Yes, great. How exactly do you define habit? Okay, so let's assume that I eat idli and dosha for breakfast. When I started, or when conflicts came into the ecosystem, nobody felt that that is a very filling solution for a breakfast. So you had to technically change habit. Another example, which is very important for habit, is Japan was primarily a tea drinking nation. So this is a famous case study wherein when Nescafe wanted to get into Japan, they started with the coffee candy. And they took years of coffee candy to start changing people's habit to also enjoy coffee. So I hope you have an idea of what habit fit is. So we do something in a particular manner, and it is difficult for us as human beings to change that habit. So if we are making somebody do something slightly different, it is important to change the habit. Yes, exactly. Cereals is exactly a similar story. So whenever you come out with, for example, right now, there is a huge struggle with the electrical cars. Again, survey. You can do a lot of blind surveys. B2B also has a problem with emotional fit because your customer and consumers are different. So in a lot of cases, your company employees or your company's as a whole is your consumer, and you have a IT manager or an HR manager who is going to be a customer. So the problem is, I would say that it is easier to analyze the emotional fit because you can have a personal conversation and multiple conversation, in fact, with those people. And you can actually identify whether there is an emotional fit associated with it. Is that answering your question? It is a bigger problem in B2C because you don't have direct access to customers. Okay, I will move forward. So I took this brand straight out of Amazon. Sorry if I have done something related to copyrights, but I'm just taking it randomly so that I can explain how we can see whether this is a good product fit. Generally, historically, if you wanted to understand if this is a good product fit, you ask those 5 questions I had asked earlier using a market research. So technically speaking, if you want from a statistical perspective, if you want to understand whether this is a good fit or not, you have to at least have 400 customers in your market research. And it should be in such a way that it represents the entire population. So 400 is a very small number. It depends upon how big the market is. It can go slightly higher, but from a launch perspective, 400 customers is a good number. So generally, if you want to do this, you need to spend 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs, sometimes 4 lakh rupees to do something like this. And you are not even sure whether the entire customer base is represented in the right manner. Any doubts on this? Shall I go forward?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Customer acquisition cost is higher in case of D2C when we are D2C, we are dealing customers directly.
Yes, specifically in cases of competitive, what do you call it? For highly distinguishable products, it is cheaper. For common products which cannot be differentiated nicely, it is not a very good. It's far, but overall, I would say that something my experience is that it for B2C, it runs somewhere close to 20 to 25% over revenue, which is considerably higher compared to what the others do. But you also have to understand something else. In the offline space, you tend to build a brand over a period of time, and you can connect with the larger audience, or brand building is more effective and trustable. In online space, what I've seen is how much ever the brand tries to build a online space, there is a degradation of brand if you are not always marketing compared to the traditional space.
Okay, so if we want to cut down these costs, what one thing a founder can do?
Cut down cost. Can you give me a specifics of what your brand
We
is?
are into agriculture space. Whatever we are growing at our farms, We are
Okay.
traditionally processing the groceries and grains and giving directly to consumers. Matlab, we are providing low GI, low gluten food for Gen Zs and millennials.
Okay, got it. So now a couple of things you can do. You have to find the right niche, because effectively right now a lot of your digital ads, you can target uh, your niches in very specific manner. A lot of people tend to say that I will target Gen Z, I will target a mid-level health uh, focused person. But if you look at these two as a possible customer base, the marketing uh, the marketing message is different, the packaging is different, how you deal with the customer is different, the aspiration of the customer is different. So I'll take you through that when we are going around. But first, you have to focus on your niche. You can't start trying to, a lot of times you lose a lot of rupees just because I'm going to target a bigger customer base, and then you'll just lose money. You'll get eyeballs. You may even get, inquiries, but you'll never be able to sustain it. That is one. The
Okay.
second is a product like yours, you should be focusing on customer lifetime value, meaning I don't mind spending that 30% in the beginning. But if I can create a subscription model of sorts where I'm sure that they are buying regularly from you, it works.
Okay, understood.
Shall I carry on?
I have a question, a
Yes.
follow-up question on that. So, as you have just mentioned that you have taken an example here from Amazon, and this is the product, and they have spent roughly around 4 lakh, and there is a rating of like 400 people, and like this just to see whether how it's working, right? So, let's suppose if my niche is in semiconductor or in polymers, so it's like so all I'm trying to say that my audience or the consumer is very limited. Okay, so if I'm going to launch a product, what are those things that I should keep in my mind? Okay, and also just to spread the word, and also to make sure that okay it's a good launch, and so that I can also get some inquiry, and I can also get some leads as well. What would be your plan for me? Like, if you have to suggest me something basis on in this kind, for this question specifically. So, what would be your recommendation for me?
Okay. Sushmita, what I'll do is I want you to be part of every slide which I'm going to go into. And if you can answer specifically what that slide means to you, I'll be able to guide you. Would that be fair?
Sure, sir.
So I will start towards the next slide. So how do I find if my product fits the market? First, understand who's your customer. As I said, everyone who needs my product is a very wrong answer. So you need to build your niche. Now, how do you build your niche? We'll start the process. Your first question is, you have to define the market and market segment. After that, you have to select a target market segment. You define ideal customer personas, understand the customer problem of each persona, create a value proposition based on the problems, validate it, and then go to build a go-to-market strategy. Let's start with the first one. And one more thing, for this particular purpose, I'm going to flip between using AI and what I've already written in the presentation. So a lot of times AI takes a lot of time, which I'll not be able to show in this during this presentation. So I have backups of what I have done with AI so that you can see it. But I will try to incorporate live AI as much as possible. So our first question is market. So let's take an example of what Sushmita was talking about. So when you're doing market study, you generally prefer to use ChatGPT or Gemini. Gemini is good primarily because it is trained on the largest training data possible, because Google has the largest training data. So you tend to get a lot of solid answers. ChatGPT is also extremely strong in deep research. So Sushmita, can you tell me precisely what is your market?
So mine is going to be related to the agriculture, and
Okay.
this is going to be like I have designed something, and that's related to the relate to the soil here, and like I have seen like our farmers are facing a lot of issues when it comes to growing the product, and they face a lot of issues when it comes to the insects, and there are so many mishaps also that happens while growing the product as well. So
Sushmita, just can you just tell me the exact product you are in?
agri-tech.
No, agri-tech. So you are creating an agri-tech platform for something?
Yeah, that's right.
So what is the agri-tech platform for? Just in one word, one or two one sentence.
It's going to be for farmers.
Farmers doing what? To take care of their crops,
Yeah.
to take care of their crops.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT. So one of my clients is looking to build a agricultural platform for helping farmers take care of their crops better. Am I right?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So one of the things you'll recognize is nowadays I don't use my hands to communicate to the AI. I just talk to it. There is ChatGPT has a reasonable voice function, but Gemini and Claude is not very good at it. So I use something called a whisper flow. It looks like this. So now I'm just going to say that, can you define me the uh, target market, not target market, can you define the entire market for such a product? So let's do this with Google also. So it will start coming out with something. Okay, so let's carry on with it and let's move back to what we are doing here. So in our particular premium healthy snack space, we came out with this, and almost all of this was coming from the Gemini and ChatGPT. I see a chat question, sorry. Okay. So Perplexity is great for first level research. It is very quick and speedy. But if you want a specific, something like a specific market report on a particular industry, ChatGPT and Gemini are sometimes better. But if you are looking at broad research, something niche in space, Perplexity is slightly better. But 6 months back, I would have said use Perplexity. Now I don't. No, Claude is not very good with deep research. It is great at creating documentations and stuff, but not for deep research. Gemini and ChatGPT. Perplexity, definitely, but I think Perplexity is too costly for no reason. I mean, Gemini and ChatGPT would be better off. Can I continue? Okay. So I'll tell you, So one of the things which you need to understand about these three different common AI, one is ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. So all three are reasonably good at almost everything, but at least at this stage, if you are a serious user, you would like to have at least two of them because they are good at different things. So for example, if you want to build a platform, build a website, I would suggest you Claude. If you want to discuss, brainstorm ideas, and maybe even do deep research, I would recommend ChatGPT. If you want to create a detailed document and go-to-market strategy, Claude. If you want to create posters or marketing collaterals, ChatGPT. I hope it is clear. Gemini has a special case. If you're using multilingual, multi-language, Gemini is slightly more powerful than either of the others. Fair enough? So let me go back and see what has happened with AgriTech. Okay. So this has come out with a macro view, 11 billion projected plan, segmentation. This is your farm data management. So let's go into these functional listing, presumption. Do you see how complex they have brought in? Now, I would advise you when you're doing this, you open up, this is only for the plus plan. You can open up and say deep research. I can go to a new chat, do the same. Deep research, what it does is it will do a large amount of planning. It will decide which all segments to target, which all websites to go. The previous thing we did is a quick analysis based on the training data. When you're going for research plan, you'll see what they have done. You have a research website. You define a lot of these requirements. You can even you can edit the plan and say that, no, I don't want this, I want this. And you can start looking at a larger scope. This is applicable here also, you have that. You have something called deep research. So deep research sometimes takes maybe 10 minutes, but it comes out with a larger, stronger mechanism. So in our case, I already did some of this, and you could see what happens with deep research. So in our case, so look at what they have done. They have gone for different market research firm reports. And you can see that there is a huge difference between some of the market research firms in their value. And they found out that market research future has a very large difference. And they have understood that it is a healthy food market segment rather than premium healthy snack market. Now, ideally, somebody like me see the depth of what they're going. Somebody was talking about the D2C segment, right? You technically get an average order value, COGS, contribution margin, according to some of the cases of the D2C snack business. CAC. CAC is very high here. It's 58%. You get what I'm saying? I hope everybody is getting a hang of the depth. So one of the advantages of deep research compared to the normal research is deep research will give you a link to every number they have put in their report. So you will see that the ChatGPT version is slightly different. They're giving each competition what kind of a portfolio they have, pricing, positioning. Any questions now on this? No? So,
One
yeah,
question, sir, from my side.
yes,
As you have mentioned that about this various kinds of fits when it comes to B2C, but
correct.
when it comes to B2B, if you have
Hmm.
to just give us 5 pointers to keep in mind while we are preparing our pitches, so what that would be?
In terms of research?
No, yeah, in terms of research and also while preparing, let's suppose if we have to pitch it to the business, okay, like B2B, then I mean, of course, need fit would be there, value fit will also be there. But what are the other 3 pointers that we can include, so that we can make it even more better, even uh, more approachable, or you can say uh, more accessible to them?
Now the problem is you are again jumping what I'm trying to explain. So that overall question you have, right? We leave it for the end so that if you have not got it after we go through this whole process, we can have a conversation then. Fair
Sure.
enough?
Yeah.
There is somebody else. Is AI-based deep research more reliable than primary research? No, no. It is never going to be because, see, how does AI deep research work? They work on the basis that do I have something which is already there on the internet? If that is not there on the internet, the actual research may not come out. But we can do dip test research online. And this is for most SMEs, this is a big advantage. I'll tell you how this is going to happen soon. Fair enough? There
So,
is no replacement. Sorry.
can I ask a question? So, imagine
Sure.
you're getting into a market for the first time, you're a startup. How should you then budget yourself? Should you invest more into this type of AI-based research in the beginning, or should you spend more money on your consumer insight research in the beginning with these kind of trusted primary research organizations?
Okay. So when you are investing into AI research, you're going to spend 2000 rupees on ChatGPT, 2000 rupees on Gemini, and that's it. So you are spending around 4000 rupees for doing this deep research. Now, what I would advise you to do is set up a first MVP of your product, including the entire packaging, customer messaging, etc., etc., and then do a consumer insights research if you need it. So we will be, I'll be taking you guys through something called a synthetic customer concept. So I'll explain to you what it means. So around 5 to 6 months back, Colgate, along with a lab called PYMC, uh, tried to see whether AI can replace market research reports. So the objective was, can I do some form of AI research and see whether I can get customer information or customer sentiments? Generally speaking, AI cannot do that. Why? Because AI generally tend to have a balanced view of answers. If you generally ask AI, can you tell me, is this good or bad? Generally, they'll say, this is good because of this reason. This is bad because of this reason. And if you push me to it, I will say something, but then I will give a clause. How many of you have experienced that? It's coming. Ruchi, I will come back to you on this towards the end. for the specific reason. Do you get that kind of an answer when you ask if my product is good or not? Generally, ChatGPTs and the Claudes of the world will give you a mid-level answer. And generally, that is why historically, AI is not a very good, it can go and dig up, what do you call, market research, but it cannot dig up what your customer is actually facing as a problem, or what do you think they would say good or bad about your product. So what this research did was it created a new mechanism. So what happens is LLMs are very bad like humans in rating something. If you ask a product, okay, is this a good product or a bad product, or do you like the taste? Generally, as humans, I can say 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. It can keep going. And sometimes I will say 7 out of 10 today because I was feeling good about something. And 10 days later, if you ask me about the same product, I will say 9 out of 10. That happens, isn't it? But if you ask, how does this product taste? You can say it is slightly bitter than I like. It smells good. It is too spicy. These answers generally stay similar over a period of time. You get, I hope everybody is understanding that. So LLM works in a very similar manner. Yes. So even Gemini will give you, LLMs are very good at generating this kind of answers because it goes through Google reviews, it goes through multiple previous qualitative research, and it can give you a very strong insight on what customers generally like for a snack. So what PYMC research did was they decided that LLM is not very good with numbers. So let's go and start coming out with qualitative analysis. So I'll go back to, I'm jumping the gun. I'll go back to this particular case. So in this particular case, LLMs or your AI came out with, these are the broad segment of customer base I have. So if you ask LLM, in this particular case, let's go back to our agricultural mapping and then ask, ChatGPT, can you tell me broadly what are the market segments or target market segments I have for my product? So now they went with farmer target segment. Farmer itself have 3 of them. Not 3, 6, 7 of them. Crop-based segments is there. Institutional buyers is there. And each of them have some problem. So let's get back to what I was doing. They basically said that I have 5 or 6 or 7 problems. Now, our objective is we decide that out of all these segments, I will say I want to focus on 3 or 4 segments. Earlier, I told you, right? You can't target multiple segments. How you communicate to a fitness enthusiast? For example, a fitness enthusiast would like to have a large amount of protein in their snack, whereas a conscious mother may not be too, it may not be too critical for them. So it is very difficult for you to create a product which works across multiple segments. But for the purpose of trying to identify, if you already have a product and you want to identify which is the best target segment, you can select a set of target segment. So I'll say that I want to understand more about urban health professionals. If I give ChatGPT, tell me more about this particular professional, it will come out with a series of things. Where it buys, what occasion, what problems. Conscious mother, lifestyle disease aware adults, and premium traditional snack buyers. Now, till now, it is extremely, you are just talking to a ChatGPT and you are trying to understand or go in depth with what the ChatGPT says. But remember, I told that we need at least, if we actually want to talk to a customer and understand their problems, you need to understand, you need to have at least 400 people. You need to ask these 5 questions to 400 people. So what ChatGPT or your Claude lets you do is, if you go and say that I have these 5 target segments and I want you to create 400 different personas from these segments. So it will take a long time, so I can't go deeper into the into how I created this. But I can say that your ChatGPT comes with around 400 names. No, this came with 2000. No, it's technically 400 names, because each name, it has given me a fit and a qualitative response. So I asked ChatGPT to go and say that I have these 5 segments, create synthetic names, ask these 5 questions, and get a qualitative response from them. AI works in such a way that it gives you a broader response each time, and it can be slightly different. So a guilty snacker, Shruti and Nandita, is actually going to say slightly different things. And you can later on come out with all these distributions. So what I did was, for each of these personas, I first created, for each of these target segments, let me go back. Each of these target segments, I decided to create personas. I made AI do it, and I said that these personas should now be asked my 5 questions. And each time, if you go deeper into it, you will realize that Abhinav was saying something different from Arjun, even if they are from the same subsegment. And that is because AI has the ability to have understood the problems of different people in different ways. Till now, is it clear?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
I'm not very tech savvy, so please forgive me if I say
No.
something stupid. But when you say create a persona, we are
Yes.
making illusionary people with illusionary comments. Is that correct?
No, illusionary people is correct.
Okay.
Illusionary people in the sense that, so how does LLM works? LLM work by saying that if I am a person who is a conscious mother, what LLM does is it goes around finding out a lot of comments in Amazon, in Google, of how a conscious mother would be talking. It's not just generating from randomness. It is generating from a lesson learned. And each time, for example, a conscious mother who is 40 years old and have teenage kids will work very differently from a mother who has a 6-year-old kid in her 30s. So the LLMs understand that LLMs have created such a strong database related to how each of these personas work, that when the moment you change the age, the location, the LLMs will start focusing on whether such a customer existed in that kind of a field and what would she or he would have told. So it may not have a millet brands review, but it may have some form of a healthy snack brands review. Do you get what I'm saying? So virtually, it is a made up persona. There's no questions about it, but it technically represents the actual customer base and their emotions.
By borrowing or extrapolating on something a similar age group or demographic has
Yes,
reacted on something else online.
exactly. Yes. So
And in that case, I have one more question. How ethical would it be to use this type of a research to, make a claim?
no, you should never use this research for a claim. It is completely unethical, but you can easily modify your products based on this. Or you can create a product based on all these situations or all these research, and then come back with a solid product and then do for a smaller customer base to just see whether it makes sense. Then you can just publish that.
So this is not a tool as in a alternative to a consumer research, but sort of to support you in your initial process. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
So a lot of times you don't want to spend 4 lakh rupees building a wrong product. So you would have thought about, okay, I want to create this kind of a product. And then you do the complete customer research and you identify this product is unacceptable. And then you start reformulating the entire product. And then again, you have to go back. This kind of reduces that impact. Is that fine?
Zubin, I have one question. So,
Yes.
how different is this when it's a B2B? Because then you're not targeting the final customers. So, how should you make the personas when it's a B2B company, a B2B product?
So you may have to create two broad segments of personas. One, the institutional buyer, and what kind of buyers are there. For example, a buyer in a specific government organization works very differently from an SME organization, which will be very different from a MNC out of US, which will be very different from an MNC in India. So you can start creating multiple personas of multiple types of customers. And then you can also do a very similar research from the consumer side.
So, are you saying we have to look at both so as to understand the requirement of the
Absolutely.
final customer as well as in the consumer as in other companies?
Exactly. So
Okay.
you try to target the consumer problem, but you have to align your offering to suit the customer.
Okay. Some clarity, but okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is
Thank you.
still, yeah. Based on the requirement, we create, right? Yes. So one of the things you want to do with this customer persona is you can ask ChatGPT or AI to tell me what are the possible set of, customer segments I want to target. But you also need to understand that the current research I'm doing, I have taken 400 personas, wherein I've said that I have 4 segments and I want 100 each. But in reality, you may want your segment could be, I want 200 for the first persona, 100 for the second persona, and so on. It should, in some alignment, be a representative of the actual population or your target audience at least. I hope this is clear.
Sir, we have to give the command. Actually, I'm also very new. I don't know about this type of AI use thing. So do we have to give commands?
No, I'll tell you the easiest way to do this You go to ChatGPT and say this. Colgate did a research with a company called PYMC on creating synthetic customers. Can you tell me the 6-7 steps in which I can create these synthetic customers for my product, which is an agricultural platform? Okay, and then ask it.
Okay, sir.
So AI will start creating a practical workflow. That is the beauty of AI. You don't need people like me. Sorry. I'm just explaining you the concept because it's once you have this concept, you can start asking AI the questions and say that I didn't understand this. Can you expand on this?
Has anyone tested the accuracy of these results against real, primary research?
So a couple of my clients and me are doing this as we speak. So we have not
Okay.
got all the research. We
Okay.
have dip tested this and now we have given it to the customer research.
Oh.
The actual market research.
Right. We'll be happy to know, what the outcome is.
Yes, yes. Personally, I always feel that this is a great tool to modify or make certain modifications to your existing offering rather than launch a completely new product.
And if it's a novel solution, it must be even harder, right? Because there
It's
wouldn't
very
be
hard.
enough data. Yeah.
Exactly. So, a completely innovative product, this is not the
Right way to go about it. Okay.
Yes. Especially for FMCG goods, consumer goods, this is a great place.
Okay. But say for ingredients or industrial, additives or things like that, this would not probably return much, right? Because there wouldn't be data on Amazon or those kind of
Correct.
platforms.
Exactly. So, if there are proprietary informations on,
Yes.
then it's very difficult for AI to be able to.
Okay.
The only thing they will do is they will try to extrapolate on some interview which was given by the company, which can actually be very wrong.
Yeah, it will be okay.
Yes.
Yes.
But again, you will still be able to get some reasonable insight on what a customer wants
Mhm.
for such a product, because there will be lot of questions in Reddit and Quora and in Alibaba about these kind of, I want this kind of a product. Is it available?
Mhm. Right.
Anybody else? Okay. So now what you need to do is you try and I mentioned Claude is very good at verbalizing things, or you can use Gemini for that. You can use either Claude or Gemini to do this interview, the qualitative interview, because both of Gemini has a large consumer base. So they have direct access to the whole Google ecosystem. Claude has a advanced language model. So it generates more valuable and coherent insights. Yes, it is AI generated. What I did was I gave the the target segment, I asked AI to generate an archetype and a 400 odd synthetic customers across different age group. For example, a conscious mother of 30 from Hyderabad, a metro, will react very different from a 35-year-old female Kozhikode tier 2 city. One is a bank employee, another could be a working professional. So AI is first creating a series of synthetic customers. Then what I used ChatGPT to generate these these synthetic customers. Then I gave the synthetic customers Excel sheet, the 400 synthetic customers, to Claude, or you can do Gemini, and then ask Gemini to give me a qualitative feedback on the 5 questions I've asked. And then Gemini will return back with a complete Excel sheet saying that, okay, out of these 10, 15, this is what I've generated. If you want, I can show you something. I will say that I will not take all 400. I will go to the total. I will take the whole thing. I will create a new Excel sheet. I will delete all the answers, their answers. Then what I'll do is I will randomly delete a series of customers. Oh, I forgot. Just give me a second. Okay. So now I have still 113. Okay, so now I have around 46 personas, different age groups, different person. And this can be easily generated by ChatGPT, saying that I need for each of these target segments, give me some information related to their preferences and their buying triggers. And then I will say this into desktop. I'll say persona 1. Then I'll go to Gemini. Come here, take a new one. I'll attach this. You don't even need to do this, in the sense that I will kind of delete everything except I'll take only the demographic. So it'll look something like this. This is fair enough, right? Okay. Now I've just taken this and I'm going to ChatGPT and then say that yes, Gemini, what I've done is I've created around 40 synthetic customers based on the Colgate PYMC research. I want you to now create or do a survey based on 5 questions I need answering for each of these personas. So what are the 5 things I need? I will go back to make it simple. Do I have I'll just go to my PPT. I'll go back to the first test. So, okay, I'll take this. I'll copy this. What happened? I hope it has come. Yes. The 5 questions are in the image, which is in golden yellow. So you can extract those questions and then make these synthetic customers answer the questions. Now, Gemini is going to look at every aspect of the persona and then start generating it. So finally, you will get something like this. Okay. So in my exercise, what I did was I went and gave all these quantitative research, and I gave the images, including the technical specifications. So I gave both the covers, I gave the ingredients, I gave what they have claimed. And based on that, they showed this to the synthetic customers, and this was a score. So it was a 60% out of 100. And some customers did reasonably well, some customers did bad. But overall, you would want something like 75 or 80% score to actually launch this product. So then what I did was I asked ChatGPT, okay, based on this research and this particular what do you call the images, tell me your suggestions. So it came back with a pricing suggestion, pack suggestion. It even went back to formulation recommendations and said that based on the formulations which has been given, this is, you need to change to this level if you want to go in for such a position. Now I can go ahead and say that, no, I don't want this. I want it for the Kerala audience. It can all change. Do you see this? So what I'll do is I will go press and give this, sorry, I give this qualitative survey. I give all these images. ChatGPT, this is my product, and I have 4 qualitative survey scores. Based on the qualitative survey, can you suggest me 5 recommendations on changing this product? Now ChatGPT will come back with a series of suggestions. Let it run. Is it coming fast? No. Okay, I'll take a few questions as it runs. Anybody?
Hi, this is Ruchi.
Yes.
Actually, we are a startup in farm tech basically. So we are developing various lines of innovative patented technologies for wound healing and then skin-based disorders. So
Yes.
how compatible is this methodology with respect to our domain? Because as you said, every domain will have a specific go-to methodology. So please, can you just put some
Okay, so
guidance on this? Yeah.
So, what I've done on this research is there are some cases where there is sensitivity. For example, let's say sexual wellness. Sexual wellness is something customers will not talk much about. So, you will not get good research or good recommendations from a synthetic customer. Uh, there are some areas where, like skin, uh, you may get mixed results because people may not be willing to really say something on the ground. But in a very weird sense, a lot of times, if you give skin related questions on the ground, people will give you wrong answers. But if you post it on a Reddit or you make a comment, generally it comes right. So honestly speaking, I think I I would like to check out these kind of data points. But one thing is clear, there are some specific things like things which the customers may not talk. You should stay away from that.
Then should we go for real-time customer discovery?
Yes, but again, you have to understand something. If by any chance you feel that they are more true online, you should prioritize this. Like I told you, something where they are not very keen on telling it on your face, a lot of times you put it online.
Otherwise, as in, I just couldn't understand.
So very simple. If your customer base is
Mm-hmm.
more comfortable putting something online rather than talking directly, you
Mm-hmm.
go for synthetic customers. If you
Okay.
feel that they will not talk about this much on your face on online, and you will only get it in a deep qualitative, face-to-face interview, then you will have to go for market research on the ground.
Okay, got you. Thank you. And one more thing,
Yeah.
did you use mix of AI tools like Claude or was this?
Yes. So for example, if you're doing a qualitative research like the qualitative part where the customer is writing something on Gemini,
Mm-hmm.
take that and put it in ChatGPT, because ChatGPT will give you a far more. You don't want you want two different LLMs to counter rather than one LLM generating the answers and then rating it itself.
Like cross validation.
Yes, cross validation is always recommended.
Okay. So you've used AI, Gemini, ChatGPT, and Claude.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
But again, like I said, so for example, if you have generated this 400 items, you want to just score it, Claude free version is good enough. So you don't need to spend on all. So only on heavy task, you spend the pro version.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? Okay, so let's see what the survey has. The product says no frying, but the nutritional panel appears to show 41.6 total fat and this thing. This can make the customer feel that the health story doesn't match the product. This directly connects to 30 respondents saying oil and sodium may be high. 23 saying health claim may not match. Make it taste like namkeen, not health food. So that is one of the recommendation, but that is a taste recommendation. You will have to do it with the real people. Go for occasion specific pack sizing. Rewrite the packaging claim. Can be misunderstood because nutrition panel indicates 2.85 per serving, 11 grams per 100 grams. So it's better you change that in the package. See, I'll tell you one more thing which is very interesting. ChatGPT has very, very highly developed image system. So I'm saying I take this image and say that ChatGPT, can you change the packaging to suit the Kerala customer? Before you change the packaging, can you tell me what exactly you are planning to change? So it's going to analyze that. This is the problem with ChatGPT sometimes. It directly tries to create an image. But let's see. Yeah, as it is doing it.
Sir, can I
Yeah.
ask a question?
Yes, please.
Sir, we have already launched our product and some pilot has already been done.
Yes.
So, how this qualitative research can be incorporated in our product? Like as I told earlier, it's a construction tech product. It's a pre-engineered nail foundation, a ready-made foundation.
Correct. I would say that you do this qualitative research. It will help you on a few things. It can help you design a very, very strong brochure or marketing collateral based on all the information which the other person would like to see. It can help you create a very detailed website. It can prepare you for all the possible questions your customers may ask.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank
So
you.
you have a lot of information which is going to come.
Thank you.
See, yeah. See, they have said that namkeen doesn't work in Kerala. So it is better to go with mixture or Kerala style millet mixture. Possibly front word, change it to Malayalam. Add Malayalam in selective premium way. Shift the visual tone for generic Kerala relevant. Let's see what all of them are saying. He has gone for a big one. Okay, can you generate the new packaging based on your recommendation? Okay, so give it some time to make the packaging. Any other questions? Nobody has any questions? Oh, there is a few chats which has come. Can we make website? Yes, you can. Okay, it's a very interesting thing. That is a whole new, it is very easy. All you need to do is find a site which you like. Then ask ChatGPT to replicate and create a site very similar. To a certain extent, it will give you a very good similar website. If you want, I'll show you in some very random manner. Say Nike website. Okay. So I'll take the website. Since we can't do a lot of it, I will just say I have a Nike.in. And I'll go to Claude, create a new task. I will tell Claude, can you analyze this website? Can you replicate and creates a new website, only the what do you call it? The first page, and change Nike to Adidas. You can get Adidas logo online if you want. So this kind of a chat can actually give you a half decent website, but this can be a very, let's see what happens. Another question. Imagine we are introducing something new, entirely new. How will this tool? Very honestly speaking, it's very difficult for such a, I mean, you can always use AI for research, but can you use synthetic customers? I don't really go ahead. Which voice command are you using? I'm using something called Whisper Flow. So this is a specific AI. It is from the ChatGPT's OpenAI company. So I use this because basically, if I download this app, I can go to any place, your WhatsApp, your email, and then just type whatever you want. For example, I've just clicked here, and then there is a shortcut for me. It is started. So I can just speak, and now it will come in that message box. In fact, Whisper Flow allows you Malayalam. എന്തുണ്ട് വിശേഷം? എന്തുണ്ട് വിശേഷം? I think it is translated. Generally, it allows me to write it in Malayalam as Malayalam script. I don't know why it is playing like this. Any other questions? Okay, let's go back and see. See. So based on it, it has changed the entire property. It has brought Malayalam in. Sorry, I can't read Malayalam. Can anybody validate whether it makes sense? Anybody?
It's
Yes,
correct.
sir, it's
Kerala style
Kerala style
roasted
roasted
millet.
millet mixture.
So just see the power of this. What I can do is I can click this. I can click this image. There is something called comment. And I say that I want you to change this from brown to black. I also want you to change roasted to Malayalam version of roasted. So I've given two changes. Let's see what happens. Yes. Any other questions? It's correct. Okay. So it is going on. Let's see what Claude is still working on it. It's creating a website by now. It has analyzed everything. Okay, as it continues, any other questions?
Can you list steps which you have done today? A summary sort of
Summary
slide.
sort of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
summary sort of it, if it is possible.
Yeah. I'll do one thing better. Oh, by the way, the complete list has come in. The problem here is give it to me here itself. I remember we went to some place and told to give me exactly what are the questions, what are the pathways. Okay, I will ask ChatGPT to give me directly. So I'll go here ChatGPT in the Colgate PYMC survey research paper, I want you to give me a 10-step method on how to create my synthetic customer and get valuable insights from it. I just want you to give me maybe 10 lines, 10 bullet points. Each bullet point should not cross more than 10 to 15 words. So let it continue. I'll share you guys this PPT. Let's see. Has it come? Varata black. See the power of AI? Okay. So what has, I'll just go to the Adidas homepage. They have given placeholders and created you a website which is very similar to what was given by. So you can now they have given you placeholders. Now you can change pictures. You can also suggest to put some random pictures. You can say this. I will take a screenshot of this part. Then go to Claude. Say that for each of this, men, women, and others, just find a very good athlete and put that image in that. Update me the website. Yes, we were discussing syntheticus. Okay, so define the business decision, product concept and insight, identify target, create 400 to 500, instruct language model to role play each persona consistently through, show every persona identical product visuals, pricing, features, and description, ask open-ended purchase intended questions. You can use the 5 questions I've asked. Motivations, blah, blah, blah. I hope this gives you a brief idea. Is that fair?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, something has happened. It's still working. Oh, original illustrated silo, generic stock. No, generic stock. It can ask you questions, or you can ask me, ask it to ask me questions. So while it goes, if there is any other further questions, I think it was supposed to end at 6:30. If there is any further questions, I will share you guys the details. If you have any further questions, you can contact me in any of these. Happy to help. Is there any other further comments or questions?
I just wanted to ask, like, can we also update our existing website with the help
Y-
of these AI?
Yes, yes. So all you need to do is every website has a set of files which are uploaded into the server which it hosts. You take all that, whatever files are there into a folder in your computer. You need to have a Claude Pro version. If you have a Claude Pro version, there is something called, you go to a new task, there is something called cowork. Here, you can attach that whole folder. And then you can ask Claude to do anything with your website. and it will update the website, and then you can reload it back to the server.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a great session.
Thank you.
Learned a lot. Thank you. And
Thank
thank you
you.
so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure. I will share the PDF